previously, never about the market. You know, one thing that put me a step ahead than everyone
Yeah.
for market, it was my dress code.
Yeah.
Heki speaking to that guy, immediately, associate as being professional. Like this guy, he looks like he can produce that and he can give me that. But if I didn't look like that, first things first, I needed to prove myself. Like I'm Olomu and
Yeah,
but we know how people are, man.
I don't have time for that.
By looking at you, says go be at a certain class, and then I'm a victim of that. Like honestly,
Through that, and everyone, dog.
Yeah, hence
Everyone is like that.
hence when someone is a farmer, you come not looking like a farmer. Like so wild.
As much as hello and welcome to another podcast of Plasine. As usual, ladies and gentlemen, Kinalen Chamme, Tabakuno, Basti. What's happening, dog?
Fuck off.
You like it?
Still.
You look like it, dog.
I look
you
like
like it, dog. Behind the ones and twos, we have Miller. Again, welcome. On this particular podcast, I think we're going to be directly talking to interns or someone who is finding himself in the corporate space and is just not climbing the corporate ladder and doesn't understand what is going wrong. We're going to be sharing with you a few nuggets of information that can help you actually climb this corporate ladder or things to look out for in J. Number one, I think most importantly, we're going to be talking about professionalism. For us who've been in the industry, we've been in the game, we understand that very well. But for you who are still maybe low ranking, blue collar job, and you've been doing that job for like the past 5 years, but still manager ayaw, or rata fela house pa, na arate or manager or doing something that is of any significance, or rata fela house pa, or rata matsoa how fail. And you don't want to be that guy. You want to be a person aratu matso, but that can also be involved in more significant things and managing and so on and owning and whatever not. So we're going to be talking about professionalism in essence. Maji, again, professionalism. I think let's start here. Start from the top. Let's start from the top. All right, man. I think most importantly, image, dog. Like before moto, atau understand that when as a person, I judge you by the way you present yourself. Go judge how we present, and the way you present yourself is the way you present your company. You represent your company. How you look, you represent your company. You represent the company you work for. In your case, you represent their company. In my case, I represent the company I'm looking for. And now, as we're sitting here, we represent our brand Plasine. We represent this company. So we need to make sure we look sharp. Let's talk about image. A lot of, and especially the upcoming guys, people who are coming into the industry, college, doing your intern, or you're just a young one in the industry. And a lot of people, they downplay this thing. For example, image. I remember us talking the other day with a fellow farmer. Lifestyle and so on. Or what do you think about the lifestyle and how the other cultures are kicking it? I don't know if it now Greek is just a business. Now I push a production if let's say yeah, even image. I don't dress farmer the bootsy and like we look on Frostan, modern guys, healthy, handsome on Frostan and representing a Greek. When I look at you, dog, I see agriculture immediately. I need not I need not beat around. Mfethu ke farmer. Probably is a farmer. Even someone who is a farmer looking at you or as a farmer, I recognize a fellow farmer.
And serious.
As a farmer. And even someone who's not a farmer, someone in corporate or a potential customer, a supplier, retailer, whoever it is, how sheba, you look like you can actually deliver on that promise. You look even before upon a product, before upon a plus how, but before so image. Why a lot of us, and especially to be honest, a lot of us in the black community, we don't take it serious. We just like, yeah man, so
honestly, I think image it's just serious as black people. Just that on a Greek you don't take it serious.
Yeah, true. Okay.
No, come with it.
We take image serious from this perspective. Like we always casual. We don't have the seriousness when it comes to professionalism, like looking like your profession. I guess for Nasma, Ronara di trapa maji, and we have a sense of taste and we have a sense of style and we're always on the latest.
I feel like,
but no one represents their profession. Like
I feel like they represent their profession. Okay. Just that in a Greek there is
and doctors look like
we always have those shit. Or bus driver those I feel like when we are dressed like that, there is only time we think that is associated like with a Greek. And honestly, if you look at our other counterparts, they dress very nice.
Doc, at all. Whether you talk to suppliers, whether you talk
like they are very nice. Like nice. Like it's nice because actually boots are in the farm because I have to walk everywhere. I got one now because they give it like a like sweet thing. I want step all over. So I feel like we take image seriously. Because of image a Greek is not matched with price. That is when we don't take it serious.
But I would tend to differ with you because we understand already everything farming related is expensive. Like, like, for an example, again, not to brag, the boots you're wearing, ke price ya kavela, like a entry level kavela on Frostan. But a lot of people don't know that.
All right.
The jacket that I don't want to price tag, but the jacket that you're wearing,
check.
Price tag.
No, check what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
It's not associated with price. But then someone on my level, I apare kavela. Wapara something 5 times that.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I mean? Just because of like.
Oh.
I don't know if
no I get you now. No buakan trade this Scottana culture.
Yeah, like
the most expensive thing is the best thing.
It's the
not
best
the best looking thing. The most expensive thing in the modern culture that we're in now is the best thing.
Well,
and not understanding ori. No. Price tag it doesn't mean oro nice in fact. As normal human beings, because I genuinely believe this Kotana thing, they are not normal human beings.
And previously, about the market, you know, one thing that put me a step ahead than everyone for market, it was my dress code. Speaking to that guy, immediately, associate as being professional. Like this guy, he looks like he can produce that and he can give me that. But if I didn't look like that, first things first, I needed to prove myself. Like I'm Olomu and but we know how people are, man.
I don't have time for that.
By looking at you, says go be at a certain class, and then I'm a victim of that. Like honestly,
through that, and everyone, dog.
Yeah, hence
everyone is like that.
Hence when someone is a farmer, you come not looking like a farmer.
As much as how you are to a lawyer, to a law firm, you need a lawyer. You don't want someone looking like someone that is dressed casual, who's not, because when you think of a lawyer, you think suit, you think tie, you think sharp nose. You expect to see that how well a lawyer.
You remember seeing this guy, and he said this very, very, very well. Saying what it's like, yeah, man, those shoes are goddamn, those things are ugly. But the price tag on those things, he said, what did he say?
It's 10K,
No, he kena, bamfile, wa khona understand hore kena. But there is the space at la ka mara yona.
So it's yeah, I think and this is facts. I think on a bigger scale or bigger outlook on this thing, we live in a world of consumerism.
Yeah.
So these companies make sure that we associate price with the best.
Yeah.
But in fact, you bona la apere di Dolce & Gabbana, di Louis Vuitton, di what. But dog, your raw jeans, if you don't have taste, you don't look nice. Even if you look expensive or you dress expensive, but you don't look nice.
Yeah, but it goes deeper than that.
Yeah.
It goes deeper than that. It's not about looking nice. Like
What are you representing?
What are you representing? Understand? And
What do you want people to think of about?
And
war?
honestly, in the farming sector, that doesn't count. I'm sorry, like, hit your what. Like, I know, as a farmer, I know that is not practical. Which is, first thing, it's probably you're not farming. Yeah, which, even if you're not like, you're not farming, man. Because, okay, something like 15,000. Drip line how or whatever pump ya or tsena raga ka batho
It's you won't.
or tsena raga batho like you'll never do that.
You don't look ready for action.
Like with the boots, even boots I think at 3,000, but with the boots, with the property, like with proper clothing, I can understand. Or okay, this guy actually because of the uniform or that thing.
You are equipped.
You are equipped. Like it's on like just imagine you are cheesy boots like. My point is,
you don't look the part.
You don't look the part.
You don't look like someone who's actually doing it.
Who's actually doing it?
I lost this question. Or let's say, for example, I'm going to sell my company and I want a new client. Because this is especially in the black culture. Kia apere work suit. And on top of that, apere work suit blue. Like you look like a goddamn construction worker. You look like a random guy who's doing pay. So most guys without child or no, you can apere work suit too. You get to spane, you can say gamboots. And that is still practical. I mean, that is practical. You can say boot, you can say work suit too. That is practical. What does that say to you as someone looking at that guy, and especially how low market a business or you are in a space where you're not representing just your business, you are representing a Greek in J. Let's say like yesterday we were at a graduation ceremony, and these kids look at you as trying to look at a farmer or see a farmer, or you go to market a Greek to people who are not banaba school or high school kids, and you're going to advertise a Greek as a something for these kids to be interested in, but you out there dressed like your work suit utsamaleka GTI R-line and olo maketa agriki. You still practical look wise, but does it slap the same?
No, it doesn't. Like it's the same problem as, and I remember we used to speak about Erchekile. I don't know this video. They were promoting a Greek, and Nelewa Sadiba. I don't know those things, not so clean.
Rural people.
I was like, this is why Agric is not selling.
Good. Yeah.
This is why Agric is not selling. This is why Agric is not appealing to the young.
Because those people look poor. They don't look like people balling sharp.
Yeah. So we associate work suit to hard work.
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
And again, to youth here say playing hard work.
But I'm not saying Agric is hard work.
It's black hard work.
I'm not saying what Agric is not hard work. But
have some pride. For us, it's not hard work because this is our. And what doesn't have hard work? If you're a lawyer, it's hard work, dog. If you're a doctor, it's hard work. If you're this is hard work.
But and let's be honest about this one. And there's no softer way to say this. Sala wana bafana bang gamla aru apere sharp. Like have you seen like
apere Greek apere this modern kids.
Yeah, this modern ones, and it's not about kibukai that thing. Let's cancel that out for now. Have you seen that boy?
Nice.
Like he looks like Akawuts or no. 30 ton ya pumpkin and you would believe him. And that is why they all like no banal upper hand. That is why no banal upper hand. Like no le manager like I know one check and I'm not that is out. What are you saying? But if you can work suit, get all star. Yeah?
You look like a Satek, and on top of that, you talking about the quantities are the 4,000.
It's going to go to enterprise now.
It's going to
or
you look
no.
like a newbie.
Oh no, yeah, he's a newbie. He doesn't understand what's really going on. Understand? And yeah, images there is one about the tender, just to be honest. But about Gucci, like even if I had to someone trying to pitch a tender, that guy would look at him and say,
because that is their language.
Yeah, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. Oh, which means he can handle that. And the same thing goes to a Greek. Just that now to a Greek right now. Understand? We're taking it lightly, yeah, really famara and
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and yeah, dog. Normally we see Baba pretty show and yeah, that guy is on. Check that guy. Higher market. Watch him.
Clean, shirt, tacky, nice jeans, nice boots,
nice belt.
Representable, oskono.
He looks like he's doing business.
Professional.
He's a professional. And Renar, there is where we fumble. I feel like there is where we kind of fumble.
It doesn't matter. What matters is the product.
The problem with that, yeah, you over-explain yourself.
You undersold yourself, this at all.
You undersold yourself, this at chucks. And yeah, that is the honest truth, man, of the image.
Looking the part,
Greek,
looking
man. Like you go to your agricultural colleges. Yeah. I'm not someone with a marketing.
Same thing that you go to when you walk into a department of agri. Go say it's your department of agri because
same.
Everyone is just casual and everyone is just.
Yeah, but and one thing I want to emphasize, or there is actual practical, like when you're doing agri.
It's functional stuff. Like it's functional. This we can go into the field now. Like
anytime, anywhere. No, let's we can do that. Like white. Like yeah,
neutral colors.
Like
I don't mind.
Easy. I clean this thing easy. And yeah.
And I'm dressed Tori. If something was to chepua, like no problem.
Yeah, physical work, not even under physical work. Because once you start going up, let's be honest.
It's mental work. It's white collar job. You mentioned another thing. I know buaka that reference here. The ladies, Sanaba buaka agriki back in the Eastern Cape, them promoting agriculture and them using, unfortunately, for us as the youth, being honest. Those are not people that are ought to represent agriculture. On top, first and foremost, like we already mentioned, Tabaya image, they don't look the part. Secondly, they don't talk the talk, that is going to attract us as the youth. Like, they sound uneducated, and not saying that, and let me also just make this point. Language also, in the modern world, as much as someone appearing expensive, you assume or sharp, not knowing their methodi kolotong or whatever not. Even language, it makes a big difference because but it's to become to the what. Someone cannot lose interest in you saying that I'm fit to he's not the guy that he says it because we associate English, to be frank, but in our sectors more Afrikaans. We associate Afrikaans outside of Afrikaans here panel in the sector.
Yeah.
In any other sector, but English as well, because the suppliers are cooperative English, unfortunately. Let's be honest. Cooperative English. For you to communicate with these managers, some are white, some are Indian, some are colored, some are what. So cooperative English, and the better you can communicate your point, whether you're using English, whether you're using Zulu, if you do like the other guy that we used as and fortunately enough, even those Zulus are not as sharp, but when he talks Zulu, we can understand him fully. And a lot of speed, and it's all about, but where you need to use English, especially our Spanela, a white guy, probably you guys are going to speak English, and English is associated with intelligence, and which we know is not true, but it's just associated with intelligence. But anyway, point or these people they sound engarabarute, and who wants to grow up to look like someone as a ruteyang, someone who's, so you need to talk the talk. I guess my point is talk the talk. So guys, don't mind, we quickly readjusted the seating arrangements because we were using natural light for the first part of the podcast, but now we're using this artificial light, so we just had to so don't mind that. So nekele mo maji in terms of tabayapu, and I was trying to get this point across, not necessarily language, and it's a gibe or language ya contribute, and how motho ha o kalanga teng ha o fitla ra o bua broken English, motho already o santsa gona o serve. As much as how Canada you're not looking the part ya o serve, how Canada when you open your mouth or way you represent o ntso teka nyana ya o serve. But most importantly, when it comes to communication, is you talking like a farmer. As much as how can I in a space where it's a bunch of lawyers, dog, you can hear the terms now and then.
Terms.
Now and then, on Frostan. Hey, this case is sub judice. Or this what? I'm actually sitting when you're sitting with videographers, like when you sit with, we have a conversation with Miller on Frostan. You can hear you actually sitting with someone who's in this videography thing. And somewhere the same Greek, and I remember my uncle always used to tell me, this is a bovine, but not necessarily that much, but use the appropriate terms, don't dumb things down, because internally term, you use the term
you know, when you're saying this, I remember when I was with this other farmer, the other farmer came, and then we were busy speaking, so he's trying to say sows, like in pigs. And he can't find that word. After he left, that guy was like, no, he's not a farmer, that one. Leave him. He probably has like 10 or 12 pigs.
Exactly, dog. And more especially if you're representing a company, or you're representing agriculture, or you're representing our company, your company, and the company. You want to look the part, you want to talk the talk, you want to look the look, walk the walk, and talk the talk. That is very important, because it shows professionalism.
It takes pride in what you're doing.
It takes pride, and even when you're sitting with competent people, you're having an intellectual conversation. We're not dumbing things down to accommodate us bani or talk like average people. We understand the terms of these things, and so I think that is also very important, and because in essence professionalism, that is very important for you to talk the talk, regardless of but the way you summarize things, the way you name things, the way you you look the look, you talk the talk. This guy is the guy on Frostana. So yeah, that is the point that I was trying to make. Yeah, man, bue se agree. And lau kenakara in office. And the other thing, I remember this girl, when status in Yana 2 days ago, or I saw it somewhere, probably somewhere in the socials. Yeah, it's not an excuse for us farmers not to smell nice. Yeah. So you need to. One good reason goes, it's hard work, and but no, dog. When you get to a certain level where it smelling nice, and those are flowers, extra things. Let's talk about in conclusion. Let's talk about, for an example, how you as a young one or someone trying to make a good impression at the owner or at the manager, you're trying to make a good impression to that guy. There's certain things that you need to tick off. First, you need to look the part. Secondly, you need to talk the talk. And then you need to use the right terms and appropriate terms and so on and so forth. I'm losing now this point. But there's certain things that needs to be ticked for you to make a proper impression to someone. And especially writing as well. When you're typing up an email, it needs to be a professional email. You can't use slang. When you're talking to a customer on WhatsApp, even on WhatsApp,
don't
use silly emojis, or you use slang ya WhatsApp. That is part of professionalism. How do you type a proper email? One good you see. How do letterhead? One good you see. So those are things that sets the owner and the manager apart from anyone else. And you as the owner can actually trust this guy who's managing your farm, or someone represent. Or the email, if the bank is going to email you, respond them and tell them 1, 2, 3. You can actually trust that. Your supplier. You can actually trust that the grammar is sharp or grammar. You can actually trust that there's no silly emotions. The structure is proper. Those things also separate you from good and average and bad. Look the part, talk the part, write the part, smell the part. I mean, all those things play a huge part when I guess
but
comes to
it goes down to every profession. Like I feel like because of Greek and a Greek
we
feels
work
natural.
outside.
We work outside, we do everything. But if you really think about it, standard is each and every sector.
You need to look the part, and that is why good people do well. And this is something that is so obvious. Okasi jump if you are an average Joe, okasi jump until you highlight. Or wara entla ko WhatsApp me bra, amona mfetu kitile jo amara.
There is one difference between.
There is one could you see a lot of people. If you are not taught this, these are things that horona they are now. Delight, but if you don't understand them, you will always not understand or why wena basa promoting, why wena basa busy for the meeting,
why basa serious,
why wena usa kgona lo represent a company, why basa serious. You won't understand until
but especially their image, I think it goes deeper than not deeper than one of the factors, the image. We grow up seeing our fathers, our grandfathers, kind of work suit and it's quite obvious to the eye. Dog, it's it looks very normal, and this is very rare. You will see Lochoaka work suit unless at an inside a poultry house whereby they need compulsory to change. But on a normal so. Very but
last part the lights are hard
only if there's biosecurity being involved, there is the only time you'll see that person can work suit.
Let me add on that depth and that is a perfect point, dog. You grow up simulating what you saw or and a timer was bringing in money and overall, and we don't hate on that. Spana, I think, wearing overalls and stuff like that.
Practical.
Here's the thing. We assume that, especially Ronaba Greek, or Emma, this is my nice jean. This is Panica jean, like, this is my nice shorts. Like, we associate overalls with Span, nothing else. Like, you don't understand that. Also, vaccinator, whatever needs to be done. You still not. We have a different relationship with clothing that other cultures don't have. Honestly speaking, and that is, I think, the downfall. We associate private clothing. We associate overall
Lispan.
That's it. And not understanding look at our other counterparts. They get the work done and overall and ansale nice go kopana le na mo garaging go baro go kai mono ari klapile bafanas and ari ditshila it's a dusty bootsy overall it's madi or whatever, but he still looks like a farmer. Like,
he still looks like a farmer. When I work suit, you look like a work. Fela, chara.
Nkasi bui anything business related to wena. Wena o romwe ke monga ha.
Romane ya we ka.
Lo khwala o le ka. Okay. No, re lo khwala o le mphone le ke utla deal and I like this deal, but I would like to ke bua le khwala. So no, ke nna le go.
But hence dog, like it goes deep because re gotse re bona the thing, and it's normal. And then le nna for na personally ke thomile one after someone highlighted do you see this trend, like
what's going on?
And wherever you go o ga owner ya pero we sutu fto mutsi re nya go bola le monga plek motho ka tla so I don't care fto mutso owner guy fast Understand? Even if you get the owner, I was not the owner, I'm not tomorrow. Go, and just to be the other counterparts. Get the way, but differentiate. Early 5 earlier, or check again, Masakitang.
Agree, but I representable or chonke and
you know what I mean? So,
and from a corporate perspective, when someone shows up at the farm, and he wants to talk to the manager, and you don't look representable, he's going to tell you the very same thing. Or where's the manager?
Can I speak to the manager?
Can I speak with the manager? And you as the owner do not want your manager to represent the company. Like, the other important thing is, let's start, because we are psychologically programmed that way. If you look like everyone, some people now and then banka di chance. Like, you need to give them especially if you're not the owner and you're managing, you need to give them a constant reminder, Hori, I am above you. I think that is the first thing it's like spana, because I knew my role. Overall cancel. I don't wear overall moplasi because I know what psychological impact it has. I get para di overlap how fela ratwan on chila ingwe on frostan. So I look different, I talk different, I act different, and we are different, and that is why you are own and I am where I am on frostan. Anything you want to add before we wrap it up?
It's been getting late now.
It's getting late now. But Madara, again, I think we did it justice. Ladies and gentlemen, as we usually wrap up our podcast, please make sure that you like and subscribe. But agriculture is about pap and fleis, but agriculture is not pap and fleis. With that said, peace and love.